I have read the Daniel 2020 textbook in its entirety. So, as depicted in the ACA Code of Ethics, autonomy is fostering the right to control the decision of one's life. So, autonomy refers to respecting a client's rights to make their own decisions regarding their life goals and treatments. As counselors, we need to support clients exploring their options and taking responsibility for their actions. This principle also emphasizes that clients have the right to consent and refuse treatment, be informed about the counseling process, to have their confidentiality respected, and their beliefs, values, and honored. So we should strive to empower our clients to make autonomous decisions while providing them with adequate information to make informed choices that align best with their interest. So non-maleficence and beneficence, Jesus, I'm not redoing this, would have been my more obvious choices because they align with my personal and spiritual beliefs more harmony wise. So, however, autonomy though has been the principle that I feel like as though I have progressed and learned more about as far as developing a more appreciative and respected view for its level of importance. So I've always held autonomy in a high regard, but after reading the text and some in-depth self-reflection, I understand its importance on a higher level. So regarding my spiritual beliefs, the Bible emphasizes free will and making choices, and we're responsible for our actions and decisions. It emphasizes that we must respect the choices of others without imposing our own beliefs. So we have a personal responsibility and are accountable for our own actions. It also underscores the importance of aligning one's own will with God's will. So personally, autonomy I've learned has become of great importance because when people are making decisions regarding their own lives, they need to feel that they weren't swayed and they weren't pressured or pushed into anything one way or the other, and that it was completely their decision and that they personally explored all of the outlets. So otherwise, if they don't, they can make the wrong one and then they hold resentment towards you and blame towards you, and they don't take any of the responsibility on themselves. So I've always wanted the best for people, which is why this has become such great importance to me. And I hated, just watching people, I felt like, we're making a mistake and I wanted to guide them to what I thought was best. But that's the thing, is what I thought was best. It's not what was particularly best for them at the time. So they need to feel that they reached it on their own. And conclusions and decisions, they hold more weight and they mean more to people when people have reached them on their own versus someone just telling them what they need to do to make their life better. So this way, with counseling, they've explored every option. They were well informed and made the most productive decision at the time known, and all the consequences that came with it. So it's a way we assist them in making decisions in a safe way by providing them all of the information. So the textbook states that justice is treating the clients equitable and fostering fairness, as well as coming alongside to work for their benefit. So justice is the one that I defined or identified as conflict with my spiritual and personal beliefs. For example, so in a scenario in some of the other assignments we were doing, counseling pedophiles and rapists that are court mandated to be there. In an article for the Journal of Interpersonal Violence, people are actually really concerned at first about their sexual interest in children, and most of them do seek therapy before any criminal acts actually occur. So, but often the problem is that they experience judgment and lack of knowledge from counselors. And so this leads them to isolation, hopelessness, and this actually impacts the risk and raises the risk for acts against children. So, and I myself have never wanted to be a part of the problem. I've always wanted to be a part of the solution. So researching autonomy has given me the harmony with my beliefs that I needed and allowed me to ensure that it will always be on the forefront in helping my clients. And in an article written by Science Direct, it states that we must enhance our flexibility, openness, and foster exploration and autonomy to help generate a narrative, competence, and a sense of self for our clients. So I see that many of these principles overlap with each other and they intertwine in some way. So, in an article I read for Sage Journals regarding the ethical guidelines, it was stated that it is not the counselor's task to assist in obtaining moral freedom for the client, but rather obtaining freedom from psychological disturbances that actually impedes them from exercising their own autonomy. So the actions I take when working through these conflicts, I'll have to define the ethical challenge, moral challenge at hand. I will have to do some self-reflection, and then I will consult with supervisors about the conflict, and then I will provide them with several possible outcomes that I've brainstormed and the consequences that come with them. I'll also choose the course that puts the client's best interest at the forefront. This choice will also prioritize their autonomy, confidentiality, and their well-being. I will then assess the effectiveness of this decision and make any necessary adjustments accordingly. So this will ensure the highest level of ethical standards are maintained.